everybody, my name is Mars, you can call me MG if you'd like, and today, this video is where I'll be talking about 5 different series that I would love to continue reading, but I have to restart and reread the first book in order to then continue on. As we've established over the past couple of weeks, and probably actually months I've been talking about this, I am very bad at continuing and completing series, which is why at the start of 2026, I was in the middle of over 60 series. Definitely a problem. We're working on that this year, but these are series that I will have to reread the first one in order to continue on because it has just been too long since I've originally read it that it's just gone from my head and I need a little bit of a refresher. These series are all on this list for mildly different reasons why I have not continued on with them, so let's just get talking about them. So first up we have Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is the first book in a duology where I guess I technically don't have to read the first one again because the second one is a companion rather than a true sequel, but I do remember absolutely loving this and I would want to reread it before continuing on. I feel like it would be a good refresher on just like the vibes of the story. This is a contemporary story, but it pulls in elements of Korean mythology, so it's basically paranormal, but not like vampires and werewolves and stuff. It pulls from creatures in these Korean folk tales, and our main character is a fox spirit, I believe, and she goes to this dokebi, which is a goblin, for help, and the tagline is, "Her life is in his hands, his heart is in hers, 100 days to choose who lives." I don't remember anything that happens in this book except for the fact that I love it. I do think I remember actually weasels with blades for, like, arms. I could be entirely making that up, but I think I remember that. But then the second book follows, I believe, the best friend of the female main character, and it is called Vicious Spirits, and I just really, really want to read it, so I want to reread this one first to refresh myself on kind of like the situation that we find ourselves in. Next up is Shadowlands by Kate Bryan. This is the first book in a paranormal trilogy that deals with like ghosts and stuff. It's so fun, and I actually bought this. What year was that? When it came out, it was 2012! I've had this book for 14 years, but Kate Bryan is from North Jersey, where I am also from, and I actually met her a couple of times. I got this at, I believe, like a Halloween book signing she was doing. There was like a panel of authors. She was there, and I know I met Sandy Hall at one of these author events at my local library, and like several other authors that I don't remember the names of, but I think I bought this at a Halloween-themed panel, and then I've got other books from her that I bought at like a Valentine's Day panel. Super fun. She's a very lovely person as far as I remember, but I only had the money to buy the first book in this series, and I've read it a couple times, and I remember liking it. It has been a hot minute since I last read it, but I don't think this series is in print anymore because I cannot find it anywhere online for sale for less than like a bajillion dollars. So, I mean, I can probably very easily get it from the library, but I'm a completionist and I like to own whole series if possible. It's not like my main priority, but I do like to do that. So, yeah, it's been a hot minute, and I've been meaning to finish the series for probably over a decade now at this point because I have owned it for 14 years, so I just need to get on that. Next up, we have the Chronicles of Prydain series by Lloyd Alexander. This is the first book, which is called The Book of Three, and I loved this when I read it. This is kind of like classic children's fantasy, which is a genre that I really love. You can see over here, actually that blank spot is where this book came from, but like I have my Chronicles of Narnia books, like anything with that vibe is my jam. So I did really enjoy this, but I haven't continued on with it because I'm thrifting these books. So I own this one, and I did get the 5th book somewhat recently, like within the past 6 months or so, but I don't have 2, 3, or 4. And again, I could get it from the library, but this is another series that I want to own all of the books in because I think they would look really cute on the shelf, and I also just really loved this one, and I think I will love the rest of the series. The second one is The Black Cauldron, which is what the Disney movie The Black Cauldron is based on, and that is one of my favorite movies. I love it so much. So, yeah, we are going to keep our fingers crossed that the thrifting gods look kindly upon me the next time I go thrifting and I can find the rest of this series because I really want to get to it. Next up, we have Roar by Cora Carmack. I believe the name of this series is like Stormheart or something along those lines. It deals with storm magic, which I think is so fun. I also really like this cover. I'm not overly fond of books with people on the cover, but I think the colors on this are beautiful. The like muted pinks and purples and blues with the stark white in the middle is just stunning to me. This is a bit of an issue though, because we have the first book, Roar. The second book is called Rage, which I have not read, hence why it's on this list. But the third book, called Rain, was supposed to come out years ago. Let's see, when did book 1 come out? This is from 2017. I believe Rage? Yeah, Rage's book 2 came out like 2019, 2020, so a few years between releases. But now it's been like 6-ish years since then, and we still don't have Rain. And I saw some news about it last year that it was finally going to be coming out in 2026. Goodreads gives it a date of January 1st, 2026. Obviously, that didn't happen. So, don't know if it's actually going to come out this year, but if it does, amazing. If not, that kind of sucks. But I am waiting until that third book is released before I reread this because there is sadly the chance that it just never comes out, in which case I'm going to be very sad. So, yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. I did really enjoy it. I feel like this is very book talk romantasy. If this was like popular on book talk, it would do numbers. But yeah, I just really hope that the third book comes out at some point because I would like to complete the series and not be strung along like some other series, cough cough, Patrick Rothfuss and the Kingkiller Chronicles, cough cough. But let's not go there. And the last series on this list is The Royal Ranger by John Flanagan. I know what you're saying. You're like, Mars, that says book 12. What do you mean you've only read the first book? This is a weird one in that Ranger's Apprentice is a series that I have loved since middle school, one of my favorite series of all time, and it originally had 12 books in it, 10 novels, a short story collection, and then book 12. I don't know why the short story collection is considered book 11. It doesn't even have an 11 on the spine. It just has a picture of an oak leaf. Anyway, that's how it was originally published. And then a little bit later, John Flanagan was like, actually, we're going to republish this book as the first in a new series because it does take place after like a time skip and follows some new characters. It basically follows the apprentice of the person who is an apprentice in the Ranger's Apprentice series. How many times am I going to say apprentice? But yeah, this is no longer book 12, but if you do buy it in hardcover, you can only get it as book 12 in the Ranger's Apprentice series. If you want it to be like branded as, I believe it's called A New Beginning, and then it's book 1 in the Royal Ranger series, you have to get it as a paperback. It's this whole thing, but I read this when it first came out as book 12 in this series, and then it was rebranded, and I just never picked it back up. I don't know if any editing had been done to it when it became the first book in a series instead of the last book in a different series. I will find that out eventually, but yeah, this one's just a really weird one in that they just completely decided to change it and make it the first book in a series when it wasn't otherwise, but it's something that needs to happen because this is such a near and dear to my heart type of world. There are many series that take place in it, and I just cannot believe I haven't gotten to it yet. So there you have it. Those are 5 series that I need to restart in order to continue and finish. I don't know if I'm going to get to that anytime soon. Fingers crossed 2026 is very good to me in terms of actually continuing and completing series, and maybe these series will be on the list of ones that I continue and complete, but I really just don't know because, like I said, I have so many series on the go. but I do think about these ones often, so we'll see if I can make them a priority. But for now, we have come to the end of this video. If you've enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.